I cannot believe I have waited this long to even mention any of this. I have been holding it in, and I am ready to explode. There is a new Eminem album about to come out. It seems like it's coming out real soon, potentially. This all started a couple months back when Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, and Snoop Dogg went on Jimmy Kimmel, excuse me, one of the Jimmys, and he talked about, basically full-on confirmed, that there is a completed Eminem album that is going to come out this year.
To do it.
Let me tell you something. Let me explain something to you right now. Eminem is working on his own album, which is coming out this year. And I actually talked to him, and he said it was okay for me to make that announcement right here on this show.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Wow. So he has an album coming out. I've got songs on it, and it's fire. I'm actually going to hear the entire album for the first time tomorrow. And he holds his music close to his chest, so I haven't heard everything. I haven't even heard everything complete that I've done, but I'm going to hear it, and he's putting out an album this year.
Oh, so you actually haven't heard, because I know you typically are very careful with your stuff. So.
Yeah, I'm hands-on. There's things that I have to mix that I've done, but I get a chance to hear the album.
It's going to have Dr. Dre's production. I hope we get a Dr. Dre verse. That would be absolutely insane. And then the trail went quiet again for a little while. For a little while, the trail went quiet. That is until we got a trailer, a surprise trailer out of nowhere for the Death of Slim Shady.
Through his complex and oft-criticized tongue-twisting rhymes, the blonde anti-hero known as has had no shortage of enemies.
I thought we were friends. He's not a friend. He's a psychopath.
Perhaps it's no surprise that the same rude lyrics and controversial antics which made him infamous may have ultimately led to his demise.
So who killed Slim Shady?
With such a wide field of potential suspects, finding his killer makes for a difficult task.
Well, whoever did it, I'd like to shake their hand one day.
The murder of Slim Shady has become one of the most infamous cold cases in American history. Join me as we recreate the events that led to his slaying, in the hopes that someone, somewhere, will come forward with the truth.
I knew it was just a matter of time for Slim.
Slim Shady was mysteriously murdered, Shady's final album, and then a little while later, there's that fake article, Slim Shady made lasting impression. Fans will never forget controversial rapper, a product of Detroit who began his career there as a rogue splinter in the flourishing underground rap scene of the mid to late 1990s. Slim Shady first became a household name in 1999 with his debut of his playful, deranged single, My Name Is, which along with his uniquely eye-catching video exposed the young artist and his lyrics to a wider audience. The audience was soon exposed to the extreme darkness of the music/rapper as he led millions of music fans down a road that glorified a demonstrably nihilistic worldview. Ultimately, the very things that seemed to be the tools he used became calling cards that defined an existence that could only come to a sudden and horrific end. His complex and tortured existence has come to a close, and the legacy he leaves behind is no closer to resolution than the manner in which his character departed this world. May he truly find the peace in an afterlife that he could not find on Earth. And there's a whole bunch of potential Easter eggs, but I don't want to get too deep into the nitty-gritty of what might be going on, what might not be going on. You can go on Reddit and read really extensive articles from Stans about that. But in the initial trailer, there's a couple of things that could be Easter eggs, but one thing we know for sure is that we do hear 50 Cent, which it would be absolutely awesome if we got some 50 Cent verse on here. Dr. Dre production, hopefully Dr. Dre verse, 50 Cent, and then Eminem went on to post My Last Trick, this promotional material of him sending a text message saying, for my last trick. It's dated for May 31st, which at the time that released had not even happened yet. At the time I'm recording this, it's still not even happened. And so this seems to be the key detail. What's going to happen on May 31st? It could be the track list reveal. There's a bit of a theory that My Last Trick is potentially, if you rearrange the letters, it is my track list. Or maybe we get a single for the album on the 31st. I'm hoping and betting we're getting the whole album in 3 days on the 31st. That would be amazing. It would be insane. And then Royce da 5'9" goes to repost this My Last Trick promo, which leads me to believe we might get a Royce da 5'9" feature on this album. Woo! Dr. Dre's production, 50 Cent versus Royce da 5'9" versus Slim Shady's last album. There is an incredible amount of hype around this. And then just yesterday, Eminem goes and posts this on his Instagram story. As you see, we have Eminem back looking like Slim Shady in his truest form, bleached blonde hair and all. And then it appears he's getting into a dunk tank, and as it says under 10,000 pounds of pressure. Obviously, this could be a metaphor for the pressure for him to perform, him to release quality project. But I'm assuming this is the in-universe story of how Slim Shady dies, right? Is that somebody sabotaged his magic trick. I'm not really exactly sure what to make out of this, to be honest with you. I wonder what he's saying when he's going into the tank. They close up on him speaking. I just wonder what it is. I wonder if this is going to be attached to a music video potentially, and this is teaser for a single that might release on the 31st. This is the first album rollout that we've gotten from Eminem in a couple years. Ever since Revival, when he released his track list and it went bad for him, he said he's never going to release a track list again. So I don't know if we're going to get a track list, but we could very well get a single on the 31st, and this might be teasing the video for that single. I love the aesthetic that this album is shaping up to have. The whole magician's trick, the death-defying stunt, the death of Slim Shady. It all seems so dope. I'm so glad that Eminem is back in a true form. This feels pretty similar in like the vibe to Music to Be Murdered By, old horror movie aesthetic. And now we're getting the moving picture, magician, death-defying stunts, Houdini-esque aesthetic. I hope that in some form or fashion, this is how the album looks at a grander scale. But yeah, we might get an Eminem album much sooner than we expect. So I wanted to get this video out just to catch you up on everything in case you weren't informed, but also just to let you know how excited I am for another Eminem album. I do not believe this is going to be his last album. Slim Shady's last album, very much. I very much think that that's what this is going to be. I think Eminem is going to be transcending that character, and we're going to get a new version of M. I don't think that he's ever going to stop making music. I just see Eminem as the kind of guy that's always going to have something on his pen, always going to have something to get off his chest. But this is just him truly putting a pin in that story of Slim Shady, and it's so exciting.
One of the things that's happened to me over the years is rapping gets harder, but rhyming gets easier. If that makes any sense. Rhyming gets easier because when I think of a couple phrases or whatever it is, I think of so much shit that rhymes with it, and connecting the syllables and all, doing all that, but by the time it's all said and done, is this different than anything I've done? But when I say rapping gets harder, is because the further along you get in your career, there's less places to go that you haven't been.
The easier it is for him to come up with rhymes, but the harder it is for him to rap, which is just so dope. That is such a dope thought. Because, yeah, he runs out of things to say. He runs out of stories to go. He can't always just flip the same idea around in a different way. And so this is such a fresh and nice idea with such a cool aesthetic for a rollout. That is getting me so hyped for the new Eminem album. So let me know what y'all think down below. Let me know if you're excited for this Eminem release. And yeah, I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.
You know, Mort, I think you're beginning to grow.
Well, sir, I don't know how much value I have in this universe, but I do know that I made a few people happier than they would have been without me. And as long as I know that, I'm as rich as I ever need to be. So I'll catch you on the rebound, your magnitude. Until next week, Nanu, Nanu.